Well, that's more like it. It's the 12th of the 8th month of 1438. My great Enochian tablet is facing more or less north, south, east, west, as I continue with a deeper understanding of Enochian initiation, one Thelemite's Journey into the Ultimate Transcendence by Frater W.I.T. And the left hand is the 8th Sephiroth, and the left shoulder is the 8th house. Arinop was thought to appear as a lotus before himself as a young man in 3 parts. The 3-in-1 consciousness journeyed to the Milky Way as the milk of a dark canopy goddess and the semen of a hidden central god. So this is what he believed them to be. The more he tried to reach the star of one's true self, the more separate he was. Remember the Enochian, the Egyptian thing. There's the who and the at. Through the wisdom, Sart, and the authority, who, you reach your ak, which is your your exalted soul. Reach the star of one's true self, the more separate he was. Frater W.I.T's projection now was to wear a blue circlet under the rose of gold crown. A serpent came forth from the rose. He thought this was a priest wizard crown that he was to re-enter the mundane world with. If anyone remembers my Russian Sibyl imbibed painting series, one can say the snake and round part bit can be demon of water. With the rose crown and such, it may mean possessed practitioner of demoniac yoga. Son of Fire was considered to be his greatest magical working. So we're now on the water tablet. There was a roar greater than what he considered the greatest quality among the red tetrahedrons and the black. In blue flames was the same Nighthawk seen with the Air King in 1987. With a low pitch, he was now considered to be Idla Prana. Reality is fractal, and all actions were to be authentically willed. Everyday life was to continue, no matter how majestic the experience of magic. Ixarp ha-koma nanta bietom ihnum kaske aunt rumto palm. Why invoke rumto kaske aunt palm ihnub and not nanta ixarp hakoma and bitom? What then of Nabhi mop tanoa yaks otmer mateb amok praxi atnan, and any other order that may come forth from the Tablet of Union? I prefer the Black Cross of the Tablet of Union, but the Tablet of Union definitely has its use. Earth of spirit evoked ecstatic, beyond time feelings, among multicolored spirals and a sense of being connected to many things. Frater W.I.T's typical angel had white curly hair. Yellow light shone upon a head. The head initiated him like a single bubble of manifestation. Air of spirit evoked the same sort of anti-cosmos as before. Another separated head, like before, showed him fiery curls whirling through him as part of the joy beyond the universe. Frater W.I.T. thought that he could be a medium for everything as he went on to water of spirit. That ended up evoking his greatest joy and expansive feeling as of yet. Aunt was deemed to be a complete male figure that seemed young and old. Orange and yellow confetti spiraled upwards in a way that Frater W.I.T. considered as the elixir of life, and how to construct the philosopher's stone. Were the universe bubbles and such to follow really a sign that a person was to be free of firmly held beliefs? Fire of spirit evoked a red pentagram in the distance and a harsh voice that claimed to be Satan behind him. The dark human and beast-like figure appeared from the left. Frater W.I.T. denied fear of Satan and tried to give him the blessings of Pa'am. Whether Pa'am is a being or not, why do things in the name of beings you don't believe in? Why do? I mean, really. Frater W.I.T. was filled with love, and his psychic field gained that pentagram. Darkness engulfed him, claiming that righteousness and truth needed evil to complement present to even exist. He accepted this. A white ascending triangle and black descending triangle formed a hexagram around him and in his projection field. Pa'am was evoked as a being that appeared like a Tau cross with a content bearded face on the left bar of the three-part cross. Can't we escape evil? Are not included in any and every elemental combination. So he's projecting good and evil and various forms on the names and the forms and the tablets and the elements and so on. Spirit of Spirit was evoked as the peak of Enochian angels. Frater W.I.T. was bade to sit in a white rose of 49 petals. Could this represent the 49 Enochian calls, or the 49 parts of Liber Lawagath, the head of the one thought to be Ehnub, spun as a 10-pointed star, after another smaller rose appeared before them with the light of the center of understanding. A multitude of angels of various sizes and ranks appeared. He commanded what he admitted were not angels, but projections to manifest his own will in the age of Horus, the conquering child. Energy flowed downwards, and he could move one to the other Enochian systems, like the cherubic angels mentioned in Jeffrey James's book, The Enochian Magic of John Dee. Was he really a lord of angels? And of course, what does angels mean? Even when a series is complete, there can be so much left to learn, understand, practice, and experience. The Angelorum Bonorum were thought by Frater W.I.T. to transcend elemental energy as planetary energy. The 30 authors that comprise the 19th numbered Enochian call were deemed to transcend that. I personally think that Enochian systems can work together and exist on the same levels. Liber Loa Goth is, can be considered above those three levels. Frater W.I.T may use the letters with his tablets, but he is mistaken in having the lettering of the air, fire, water, and earth tablets left to right as the transliterations. The same goes with how he does the Tablet of Union. He tells how 188 angels are named on the great tablet of the watchtowers. Now, the watchtower, that's something they put on it later, but it follows the biblical concept, so I guess that's appropriate enough. It's really just the great tablet, and this is all the versions together. I would add that there are 64 demon names or so to be found too. The great tablet may be colored yellow with violet, blue with orange, black with white, and red with green. In between would be white with black. Enochian initiation goes in the order of north, east, west, and south. Now, obviously this is north. This is east, west. East, south, west, north. Anyways, Enochian initiation goes in the order of north, east, west, and south, as well as Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Oh yeah, and of course Sun, around the center of each quadrant. The counterclockwise order on each elemental tablet is Jupiter, Moon, Venus, Saturn, Mercury, and Mars. Frater W.I.T omits that John D gave us 3 ways the tablets were ordered upon the great table. Water, air, fire, earth would be one way to have the tablets, and the upper left, upper right, lower left, upper right, lower left, and lower right. Another is earth, air, fire, and water. I can be commissioned to paint with variety and annotations in each way, with all or any of the variety listed in the original source material. Now there's other Enochian revelation claims that I don't quite believe, or I don't quite feel like presenting, but anyways, I understand some of what Indigo Speaker was talking about in https://www.youtube.com watch question v = UK 8GC9MDCRC after reading the section on Golden Dawn rituals around Enochian. Other examples of temple setup are mentioned with other works of mine, but certain phrases and other details were not ready to my memory. The Church of Hermetic Science video entitled The Rites of Magic, with a K, gives a good example of such an Enochian temple opening ceremony. I would agree with the idea of analysis after rituals, except the presage of the sort of Jungian style attempt to go over a series of similar and contradictory attributes in order to reach unto some archetypes in Crowley's keyword analysis. Frater W.I.T explains his justification for accepting that thelemically and through gematria, add or subtract as you will, put Enochian in whatever context you wish, but please leave an authentic spirituality. Was Frater W.I.T's experiences jumbled dreams and visions? Was the source physical or spiritual? Was his own spirit soul communicating with him? Was therein the madness and appearance of demons? Was some of it from the sort of angels mentioned to be God's loyal angels? Was any of it revelation or inspiration from God? To find out more about his experience and directly form your own conclusions, you may want to read the accounts and context for yourself. You may just want to try and have your own. I would hope that you will be open to hearing of my experiences organized into books and such too. So I rendered this book into a few pages, basically of interpretation, and so the air tablet, the water tablet, the fire tablet, and the earth tablets, and in between the spirit tablet. I haven't shared it on this page yet, but I had a vision that these blank squares in the middle were very important, and the central one in particular had a more importance than the others, but I will go over that at another time as I see fit.